Good morning, everyone. Let's bow our heads for a word of prayer. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We ask you to bless this board and give us the wisdom to make the proper decisions. We ask you to look over our county and our nation. Give us the strength to walk in the right direction. These things we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Lance, would you do the roll call, please?
Commissioner Harville.
Here.
Commissioner Pitts.
Here.
Commissioner Miller.
Here.
Mr. Bierstedt.
Here.
Mr. Gould.
Having a quorum, I'll call the meeting to order. First item, approval of minutes, our regular meeting held on September 27th. Everybody had a chance to look at those.
I'll make a motion to accept.
I'll second that.
Commissioner Harville.
Yes.
Mr. Pitts.
Yes.
Commissioner Miller.
Yes.
Commissioner Bierstedt.
Yes.
Commissioner Gould.
Other set of minutes, special meeting held October 16th, which was a budget meeting. Everybody had a chance to look at those. Any additions or deletions?
I make a motion to approve. I'll second.
Commissioner Harville.
Yes.
Commissioner Pitts.
Yes.
Commissioner Miller.
Yes.
Mr. Bierstedt.
Yes.
Commissioner Gould.
Public comments. Anybody? Committee reports.
I'm actually scheduled our next meeting for the Southern Five down there at Owen, and it will be actually November 12th, the day after Veterans Day, at 5:30 in the evening. That's on Tuesday down there. Public's invited.
Animal control, the new building's coming along very nicely. Just done a walkthrough through the building, contractor and architect and all, and just did a little odds and ends, like caulking and what have you, to finish it up. And we shouldn't be too much longer before we move in. So, and to our dog population is kind of falling out there when they would get rid of some animals, so we got some space now, believe it or not, but still in the need for monetary donations and some kibbles and bits. So please get your pets spayed or neutered.
If you haven't had a chance to get out there and look at it, please do. I mean, it's looking good. We're behind schedule a little bit, but it's going to be pretty nice, very nice. Building permits. Nothing under old business, new business, approved payment of bills. Everybody had a chance to look at the bill list. Any questions?
I'll make a motion.
Mr. Harville.
Yes.
Mr. Pitts.
Yes.
Mr. Miller.
Yes.
Mr. Bierstedt.
Yes.
Mr. Gould.
Item B, approve attorney fee bills.
Yes, you have four bills here that total $3,775.
Even.
Yes, even.
Get a motion to pay the,
I'll make a motion to approve. For paying. I'll second.
Mr. Harville.
Yes.
Mr. Pitts.
Yes.
Commissioner Miller.
Yes.
Mr. Bierstedt.
Yes.
Mr. Gould.
Southern 14 Workforce, Pam, you're up.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Cody.
Just asked me to give you that.
Okay.
I'm can remember most of you guys for last year, so I don't have to go through my whole spiel. The 14 southernmost counties formed a consortium to get workforce development, federal workforce development funds. It didn't make sense to anyone to do them all, and nobody wanted to, so they formed my board. And unfortunately, though, it didn't absolve the counties of all of their responsibilities, which is why I get to see you folks once a year. This is my once-a-year trip. The folder contains just general information. The one that's not actually in the folder is our unofficial report card for the year, how we've done. We continue to train people for demand occupations, so we do a lot of nurses and truck drivers. We also continue to do the work-based training, like work experience or on-the-job training. We also have started to do quite a few incumbent worker projects. I guess the state OSHA in some of my northern counties, state OSHA has been around, so just keep in the back of your mind if they come to visit you and you're deficient in training, let me know. We can't pay for your wages while you're doing the training, but we can help you pay for the training. That's what we do under incumbent worker. Our board is business-led, so each county gets 2 business members at this moment. Union County doesn't have anybody, so if you would please volunteer somebody to do that. To be eligible on our board, they have to be a business owner, business person, or if they're an employee of a business, they have to have optimum policy-making authority, so a manager, or it could be almost anybody, because the business can do an affidavit that says my secretary Joe can do it. So, but just keep that in mind. We do have that. There's not a heck of a lot new. Our funding is pretty stagnant. I mean, pretty level right now. We didn't take a big cut this past year, so I know I went through it pretty quick. If I missed anything, or if you have any questions, my card's in there. I'm always happy to help. So just let me know if you have a project, or if there's something special that you're doing that you need 2 or 3 people for a month or so, please give us a call, because that is part of the things that we do is work-based learning. And that's someone who has little or no work experience, and we just put them in one of your departments or one of your businesses so they can learn those skills that until I got this job, I thought everybody's mom had taught them, don't wear your pajama pants to work. And if your scheduled callers show up, those kind of things. So if we can ever help you, please give me a call.
I'm planning on trying to go to the next chamber meeting and see if get any suggestions from your email.
That's perfect.
And so forth, as far as trying to get somebody to volunteer.
It's really not a big commitment. We only meet once a quarter, and we do it by Zoom. You can come in person if you want to, but because our area is so large, we got permission to do it Zoom, so you can actually do it in your kitchen or in your car. So
When are your meetings? Is it a certain?
yeah, it's the second Tuesday of the quarter month. So like our next meeting is December. So it's March, June, September, and December. So it's always the second Tuesday. And it actually is held at SIC in Harrisburg. But like I said, we have a lot of our people Zoom. So I hate to have somebody drive for 2 hours for the 15 minutes the meeting's gonna be. So I live in Fairfield, so I came down this morning from Fairfield. So I hate to have people come all that way.
Next meeting is when?
It's December. Yeah, it'll be second Tuesday in December, which I'm sorry, I don't know the date off the top of my head. It may be the 10th.
Very good.
Well, thank you for having me,
Appreciate it.
and I'll see you next year.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Next item is Regional Office of Education, Matthew Hickman. You're up, bud.
Right on. Good morning, everybody. Here's a memo for you that's about our annual budget for our office.
Always one for you.
Yes, sir.
You need one?
I'm
I'm gonna
good.
read off this.
Nope, I have.
Bless you. Well, appreciate the opportunity to come and speak with you guys as always. Again, kind of like my predecessor there, once a year is kind of a normal deal. But always happy to come down if there's something in the education world that I can be of assistance with, a resource, or just help answer questions. I'm always happy to do that, so don't hesitate to reach out if there's something I can help with. Good news in terms of our budget. Last year when I came down and made the tour of all of the county boards, we were talking about not getting a significant grant that our office had been a recipient of in previous years. We reapplied for that grant last spring and were awarded that grant. So that's helped us not only grow, but also reduce what we're asking from the counties. When we originally started off with our preliminary budget planning, it was about, I think, $7,625 less than the previous year. But Jackson County, which bears the majority of the expenses from the county side of things, asked really all Jackson County government entities to kind of sharpen the pencil. We did that, and were able to reduce by another $5,000. So overall, total for all 5 counties, it's over $12,000 less for you all, Union County. You guys have been around $30,000 for a number of years in terms of your percentage of the overall budget for us. That number is still holding pretty firm, but it's about $1,500 less for this coming fiscal year versus what it was last year. So I'm sure any reduction is always welcome, but maybe it's the drop in the bucket. But glad that we could go that direction versus come and ask for more money.
Is that based on student population or population period, or?
The percentage for the county. It's actually based on the EAV for the county, combined with the revenue from the corporate personal property replacement tax, and then the tax rate for the county. So, that's all those things factor in. So I think you guys are, 16.3% for this coming year out of the total pie. Again, Jackson County has been trending down. They at one time were really 60%. They were carrying out of the total 5 county budget, and now they're just over 53 now. So I can tell you as a Jackson County resident, it's kind of an EAB situation. It's not that it's going down overall; it's just not going up as much as it is.
Power plant.
That power plant actually.
That's a lot of that.
Yeah. Hopefully that saga is going to be our in the near future. We'll see. Any questions I can answer in addition to that one? I did note there, and just as a point of information, the different subjects in our budget, like categories of where expenditures are coming from. I imagine it's been unchanged for a long, long time, and I haven't changed them. Other than I've zeroed some out, some categories that we don't ask for any money in. But one area that we increased significantly, just so you know why, is our rent. So previously, our main office was in the Jackson County Courthouse. There's really no need for a regional office of education to be in a courthouse anymore, and as I'm sure you can attest to, and you too, Lance, with court services have continued to expand. People that need to be in a courthouse. So we actually have moved out of the Jackson County Courthouse. We were also in a secondary annex building on Main Street in Murfreesboro. So we moved out of it as well. We were renting that from the Murfreesboro School District. Now we have one location in Murfreesboro, so we're renting that office building for all of us together under one roof. But was able to fold that rent into this budget, and then overall decrease it, even though the rent is significantly higher than it used to be. We were able to decrease the budget overall, but we're happy to be in a new location. It's also going to lead to a new location for alternative school programs which serve students from all 5 counties.
Very good. Anybody have any other questions? Appreciate you coming as always.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Glad to be a part of your.
Happy to help. Yeah, if you ever have any questions, education related, just reach out and let me know. Thank you. Don't need a copy? Good.
I have one.
You got one?
I have from where you mailed it.
See you. Talk to you soon. We will. Yeah.
Next item, Revlon Lounge raffle license.
I believe it's a benefit for,
Benefit for Cheryl Davis.
yeah.
Healthcare. Date here,
November the 2nd.
November 2nd. Sure it'll be a big turnout. Any questions on that? I'll make a motion we approve the application for raffle license for the Revlon Cheryl Davis benefit.
I'll say it.
Commissioner Harville?
Yes.
Commissioner Pitts?
Yes.
Commissioner Miller?
Yes.
Commissioner Bierstadt?
Yes.
Commissioner Gould?
Last item, FY 2025 budget discussion.
I just put that on there so I could remind myself to update you guys on it. It's moving right along. It's coming along actually pretty good. I'm to the point now where I'm going to be sending out to each of the department heads their budget with the stuff that was approved and what it is for them all to review it. Probably give them a deadline of like Wednesday of next week, maybe, to get it reviewed, so that way I can get anything that they bring up, any concerns, addressed before we have a special meeting. So the timing of this for the budget, with it having to be passed by the end of November and having to be posted for 15 days, and with the dates of your board meeting dates in November, it doesn't work out without having a special meeting. So, because otherwise you'd only have it posted for 14 days and it has to be posted for 15 days. So we threw around some dates for special meetings because unfortunately it's going to fall during election time. So we didn't want to do it on election day. And so I think the tentative date we have it down for is November the 4th. Yes, at 8:30, which would be the day before election day instead of the day after.
Do you remember that, Lane?
I'll be here.
Yes. So it should be a fairly quick meeting. Well, as quick as you guys want it to be. I mean, we've already discussed the budget. I'm just putting in it what you guys approved. So that meeting will literally be you making the motion to post it for the 15 days as it is. We can go through it as detailed as you want, or if you've got enough of the detail from the last budget meeting and you just want the high level stuff, we can do that too. So, but that will be at the special meeting, and I have no reason to think it won't be done by then. So we're right on time.
Any questions, anybody? No discussion on it? Okay. Just put on your calendar November 4th at 8:30. We'll be on schedule then.
The only other thing I was going to tell you guys, and it's not really about the budget, but it is related, is that it appears to me that we're probably going to have a truth and taxation meeting this year again, as we did last year. It's basically the same. CPI is only, I think, 3.4, which would not require a meeting, but with the new property, it puts us over the 5%. So PTEL allows us to go up by the CPI and capture new property. So if the two of those together go over 5%, which it is going to do that this year, which is good. We have more new property coming up this year than we've had for a while. So we've had right around, I think, usually close to about 2 million in new property, and this year we're looking at 4. So almost double of what we did. So just keep that in mind, because that's going to have to be in December.
That's a good thing.
Yes.
Any property offsets the detail effect, basically. So that's always what helps. Makes the rate lower.
That's it.
We don't have anything for executive session, do we? Other business?
Well, early voting's obviously going on. I think it's the last meeting before we have the election, but we should be over 1,000 a day as far as walk-ins for early vote. Sent out about 800, and I don't remember the number, but in between 800 and 900 vote by mail ballots. We've got over about 500 or so of those back in so far. So that gap margin of the vote by mail ballots is shrinking, so that's good. Obviously, the election we're prepared for had class this week. Got judges lined up. We're looking like everything's gonna hopefully keep going pretty smooth with it, but obviously a lot of interest in this election, even though not much on the local side of it, but the national side. So, but we encourage everybody to come in and vote early if they want to. That's fine, or whatever else. But we'll be open on election day as well. I don't see any big changes or anything to really announce with that. So hopefully it keeps going smooth. So.
Anybody else?
Yeah,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
released the second tax distribution last week. It was not out on Friday, so everyone has received their checks.
I didn't get mine.
Yeah. I didn't do.
We got yours though.
Can I go back real quick to the raffle license? I have a question about it. I'm not against it. Is this a per event license or is this like for an annual?
Per event.
That one's for per event.
Per event.
Per event?
Yeah.
Per event, yeah.
We do some that are throughout the year for like the VFW. We do just one general one because they do different raffle, like a raffle throughout the year for a fundraiser as well. But this one's per event.
Okay. They can get an annual, can they get an annual
If they
license?
wanted to, yeah, apply for one. But since it's a personal benefit for someone like that, it sticks to that one. But the raffle has to be for the same raffle.
Mhm.
If that makes sense.
I didn't know that.
Anybody else?
Just one more thing with regards to Lee's second distribution that they did, just so you guys know, we are once again at about 94% collection rate. So that's what we average every year, and which I think is really good. In the year that the taxes are due, we collect about 94% of the taxes. We're right on track this year, 94, 95. And then the following year, we'll collect some where people are still paying late. And by the time it's done, we collect about 98% of the taxes that we send out. So we have a really good collection rate.
Excel will pick up the rest. So.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So we go from 94, and then by the time the tax sale and all that's done, we're usually about 98%.
Sure. Tyler? All right, get a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn. Second.
Any discussion? Commissioner Harville,
Yes.
Commissioner Pitts, Commissioner Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Bierstadt,
Yes.
Commissioner Gould. You're adjourned.